Hey everybody, this video is going to be a little bit of a departure from my normal should you invest in this company kind of video. It's just going to be me talking, no green screen, so you can put the phone down while you're working and just listen if you are so inclined. I'm often asked, you have almost 300,000 followers on all the platforms combined. Why aren't you charging? Why don't you have one-on-ones, Discords? Why aren't you monetizing? Why aren't you monetizing? I get DMs from people all the time. What are your sales funnels? I can help you grow and build and create a community, a paid community. I could be charging $15 a month. I could be charging $50 a month. I could be charging $300 for a 1-hour phone call. Why am I not doing that? And I think to have that answer, you need to know a little bit more about me and why I'm here in the first place. So when I was a little kid, I would sit with my grandma watching news, talking to my grandma, and the reporter would say, up next in finance news, and my grandma would look to me and go, shh, I need to listen. And so subconsciously, even as a little kid, I was like, this seems important. Now, as an 18-year-old to graduate high school, my mom gets me an Apple computer as a gift, and I was like, I gotta have shares in Apple. I had around $3,000 in savings from walking dogs and shoveling cars, odds and ends jobs as a teenager. And I called my mom's stockbroker because that's what you did in 2003. And I said, hey, I've got $3,000. Apple is $9 a share. I would like 300 shares. And he said, don't waste your money. It's a niche product. Nobody listens to music. Nobody wants to listen to music on the phone or the computer. They want tapes and CDs. And I didn't know how to advocate and fight for myself. So I listened. And a week later, Apple was $11. I called him back. I was like, it's 11. And he was like, all right. You're wasting your money. Apple's a loser stock. It's never gone anywhere. If you want 100 shares, get 100. That's the most I'll feel comfortable letting you buy. So I said, all right, fine. 100 is better than nothing. Stock skyrockets. Over $200 a share. Housing crisis comes and Apple drops to $69. I call the guy because I had no one else that I could ask. You want to talk to the professional. So I call this professional. I say, what do I do? Instead of saying, hey, listen, I'm old. I'm wise. I've seen plenty of recessions over my lifetime. You were right about Apple. Might be an opportunity to buy more. Instead, he said, you bought it at 11, it's 69, you still have a profit, sell it. And I panicked and I sold it. Shortly thereafter, Apple begins its recovery. It ends up hitting, over $700 per share. And I'm sick and they do a split and it comes back down and I have my own brokerage at this point. So I just buy it back myself and I still have those shares today. Around that same time, I'm working in the restaurant industry. And I'm making minimum wage and I'm making a little bit more, and I'm living at home. I'm saving up all this money because I'm spending nothing. I have no rent. I have no college student loans because I wanted to be a pro wrestler and I broke my back training, so I had no plan B. So I'm working these minimum wage jobs. I'm living at home, saving a ton of money, and I find myself later on working in the fitness industry, front desk, answering phones and shit. And I go, yeah, I don't want to work minimum wage for the rest of my life, but I don't know what to do. Meanwhile, there are these guys coming into the gym. They're old, they're retired, they're pulling up in Porsche, Mercedes, Range Rovers. And they're always talking about the stocks that they're buying. And I'm like, if I just listen to them, they're rich. Obviously, they know what they're doing, right? I'll just listen, eavesdrop, buy the shares they're buying. I had no idea what I was doing. I would come home, I had 16,000 in this penny stock, 5,000 in this one, 8,000, just flushing all my hard-earned money down the toilet. Because I didn't know what I was doing. Later, I found out they were just messing around buying a few shares at a time because they were bored and retired. But I didn't know that. Like an idiot. This is what they say nowadays is paying your tuition to Wall Street University, learning the hard way. And this is kind of why I do a little bit of what I do. So I decide, this is the point, by the way, where new investors go, you know what? Investing is not for me, and they walk away forever. But for me, I was looking at it and I was going, if I don't know anything and I'm losing money, if I knew something, I could be making money. So I bought a couple books, I started reading, I started learning, and I decided I wanted to start trading as well. So I started this time with a very little amount of money, $500. If I make 25%, great. I wasn't here to make a lot of money, I was here to learn and get experience. And over time, got more confident, I trade with a little bit more, swing with a larger bat, as my friend used to say, to the point where I was getting confident. I would cut my losses when it went against me. I would take my profits when it went up. I didn't care to make all of the money. My whole mantra was, you're not here to make all of it, you're here to make some of it. I use that still today. And in one of the books or on TV or somewhere, someone mentioned a Roth IRA, and I didn't know what that was. I was still relatively new. So I asked around, and we had a family friend who was a financial advisor, and I said, can I get that guy's number? And I called him up, and I said, hey, I'm living at home. My costs are very low. I'm making some okay money. Should I open up a Roth IRA? And he said, don't waste your time. And I said, well, the guy's a professional. So he said, don't waste your time. I'm not going to do it. Now I'm 38 years old, I'm almost 40, and I'm trying to buy a weekend home, like a cabin out in West Virginia. And I'm looking at my finances and I'm going, oh my God, like if I had just done the basics, Roth IRA in my 20s, high quality index funds, high quality stocks, high quality dividend ETFs and tech and growth startup ETFs, and just stuck with the boring stuff instead of looking at penny stocks going, I'm going to get rich, I'm going to get rich, I'd be in a drastically different situation today. But I had no one to talk to other than these professionals who steered me wrong over and over and over. So now here I am, 300,000 followers on social media. I don't give financial advice. When people say, what do you think of this stock? I don't tell them, go buy it, don't buy it. I just run the numbers. Here's what I would look at if I was gonna make a decision. Now you have all the info, you can make your own decision. That's what this whole channel is about. But, and I say this with a little bit of hesitation, my DMs are open. And I would say on average, I get about 50 DMs per day. Usually from people in their 20s. What do you think of this high risk stock? What do you think of this high risk stock? What do you think of this speculative investment? And I would have killed if social media existed back then in the way that it does today. I would have killed for someone like me who would have come on and said, hey, if you're interested in these speculative investments, let's say I had a crystal ball and I could tell you with near certainty that this was going to go down 90% in the next period of time. Instead of thinking how much you're going to make, how much are you comfortable risking to lose, right? What are you willing to lose? That's what I ask these people. And they go, oh, damn, I didn't think about that. I would have loved to have someone like that when I was in my early 20s. Hey, should I open a Roth IRA? Hey, what do you think of this penny stock? Hey, what do you think of this cryptocurrency? We didn't have that back then, but we do it now. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? And have someone guide them and say, hey, listen, I've been where you are. I know what you're going through. Maybe you don't want to work minimum wage jobs. Maybe you don't want to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life. Maybe you want to retire early. Maybe. These get rich quick things are not the ticket. I've been there, done that, lost thousands. I wish someone on a social media platform existed for me back then that was reputable and that I could trust to say, hey, what do you think of this? Without them saying, oh, if you want to learn how to invest, I'm happy to show you, but you got to pay me. So that's why I don't offer anything. And like I said, with hesitation, my DMs are open. I get about 50 DMs per day from people. I'm 20, I'm 25, I'm 27. I never started. I went all in on this risky thing. I lost a lot. What do I do? What can I do? That's why I do this. Because I would have loved for someone like me when I was in my 20s and I didn't have it. So no course, no paid one-on-ones, no Discord, none of that. I'm not trying to take your money. I'm here to help because it's what I would have wanted. And looking back now, 20 years, man, it's going to go by like that. You're 22 right now, you're 23 right now, it's going to fly. Before you know it, it's going to fly. And you're going to be sitting there almost 40 going, shit, I should have opened that Roth. I should have opened that investment portfolio. I should have got an S&P 500 index fund. It's boring. I get it. It's not sexy. It's not cool. It's not going to 10x your money overnight. You're going to be glad you have it. And if you want to make some speculative high risk investments, only put in what you're willing to lose. All right, enough of your time. Thanks for watching. Hit the follow if you're interested, and see you later.